Okay, this is a short video designed so that you can do the Reader's Notebook and ask me questions about the Reader's Notebook if you don't happen to understand it. So, we are on page 325 of the Reader's Notebook, and it says The Fun They Had from Isaac Asimov, The Complete Stories. I want a live teacher. Maggie would like to try learning the old-fashioned way from a live teacher. She's writing an email to the inspector to try to convince him to give up the mechanical teacher, but Margie understands she should lose language which the inspector is comfortable. Look closely at the way the inspector talks on page 704. Yeah, I forgot. Because there are no students here, I'm going to have Oliver Puss here pretend to be a student so we can understand problems that you might have. Great. It says, look closely at the way the inspector talks on page 749. Help Margie finish her email using formal language that the inspector uses. Dear Inspector, I'm writing to suggest that you move the mechanical teacher from my home and let me learn from a human teacher instead. So, how could we write this? You want to have a go, Oliver Puss? Okay, good.
Schools are fun. I go to school every day, and my teacher says I'm good at school, and I like the building, it's got lots of trees, and
Oh dear. See, Oliver Puss there has been writing like he was a student in our class, not like he is Margie. Remember that Margie is in a school where there is a mechanical teacher, so has no idea what school like this would be like, really, apart from what she has read in the book. Want to try again? Okay, we'll try one more time.
Inspector, just thought I'd drop you a line. See how you doing? Doing good? Great. So I wanna make sure we got a real teacher. It'd be cool. Awesome.
Oh dear again. See, here it says to follow the formal language that an inspector would use. Formal language. Things like we avoid colloquialisms like wanna or or things like that, and we use longer words like satisfactory or exceptional, and we try to avoid our more emotional appeals and we make it into a more kind of scientific or expository writing, and we avoid being too friendly with people, and we avoid contractions like I'm or you're. So, we might say, Dear Inspector, I am writing to suggest that you remove the mechanical teacher from my home and let me learn from a human teacher instead. It has been noted writing it for you there, try to avoid that. So, more like an essay, but in the first person. Page 326. Margie would like Tommy to take classes from a human teacher. She emails him to ask for his help in changing to a human teacher. Look closely at the way Margie and Tommy talk to each other on page 750. Help Margie finish her email using the informal language that they use. Hey Tommy, I have an idea that you can help me with. We could get rid of the stupid mechanical teacher and get a real person to teach us. Okay, Oliver Puss, think you can have a go? Okay, excellent.
Dear Thomas, I believe that it would be within our best interest should we...
Oh no, Oliver Puss has done the exact thing opposite that he did previously. So, Here, we are writing to our sibling, our brother or our sister. And we must make sure we are writing informally. So, we're going to try to write in a friendly way, using contractions, using a lot of emotional appeals, and using a lot of excited language. So we might say, God, wouldn't it be amazing if, or cool, or awesome, or I'm going to make sure that I have the greatest teacher, or something of that nature. So, like writing to a friend rather than writing to your teacher or writing an essay. Okay. On page 327, we have Greek and Latin word parts, meter, therm, ord, and fac. The words in the box have parts that come from Greek or Latin. In Greek, therm means heat.
Like thermometer?
Yes, that's right, Oliver Puss. Thermometer is monitor of heat, or meter of heat. And meter means measure.
Like thermometer?
Yes, that is right, Oliver, although that does appear to be the only word you know. So, measure in Latin means, or ord in Latin means to hear, and fac means to make or to do. So we're going to look at these words, and the first word, thermometer, obviously means measure of heat. Barometer, barometer, difficult one to guess. Measure of something, probably air pressure. Audible has the prefix ord and the suffix able, able being a suffix meaning... Oliver Puss doesn't know, you'll have to try to remember. Manufacture, fact meaning make, something about making. Thermal, therm, prefix or root word meaning heat. Chronometer. Weird that can't turn up in our story, huh? Audience, some people who are listening. Factory, got that fact, something about making. So we're just going to have a reasonable guess based upon those words. So it says, when the concert ended, the orchestra stood and bowed to the must be people who are listening. The captain used a to help to determine the ship's time of departure. Wait, we just read a story about that, didn't we? Cool, so that should be pretty easy. The automobile plant will cars. Well, we're going to make cars. We need something that means something approximately the same as make. Looking at my board, I have 327. Is that one we just did? Yeah. And then over here with 332. And end punctuation. This seems pretty easy to me. Do you agree? Great. So the only student in the classroom, Oliver Puss, agrees it should be pretty easy. So, the punctuation at the end of a sentence helps us show the meaning. Use a period at the end of a sentence, statement or command. Use a question mark at the end of a question, an exclamation mark to show strong feeling. I like to play basketball. Hand me the ball, please. What's the score? What a great game. Add the correct mark for the end of each sentence. A voice command can make the mechanical dog walk and sit.
A voice command can make the mechanical dog walk and sit.
Insert quarter into machine.
Insert a quarter into the machine.
How many centuries has passed since the Revolutionary War?
How many centuries have passed since the Revolutionary War?
The building inspector will come here to check next week.
The building inspector will come here to check next week.
Your picture is amazing.
Your picture is amazing.
What a waste of time this is.
What a waste of time this is.
How much progress have you made with your work?
How much progress have you made with your work?
Try not to miss your bus.
Try not to miss your bus.
Hopefully, those are fairly easy. 333, commas before coordinating conjunctions. A compound sentence joins two independent clauses using the coordinating conjunction and, but, or nor, for, or so. Use a comma before the conjunction. I know that commas are your favourite piece of punctuation, students, so that should be fine. Oh look, Oliver Puss is drawing 100 commas because he loves them so much. But remember, Oliver Puss, do have to use some periods sometimes and some exclamation marks. Join each pair of sentences to make a compound sentence using the conjunction shown in parentheses. Use common correctly. Computers are here to stay. They run many systems in our body. Computers are here to stay and they run many systems in our body. Read the example and put the comma where appropriate. And 336. The sentence is all focus trait, elaboration, using precise language. The computer screen said things. Margie put her work into a slot. The computer's monitor flashed commands, and Margie slid her homework into the desk, into a gleaming slot. So we're going to add more details. For example, Oliver Puss is going to add details about his day at school.
So, I go into the classroom, I take my work, I put it on the desk, I go and to my chair.
Oh dear, Oliver Puss has not added vivid or clear details to what he is doing. Now, let's see if he can do a better job this time after we've had a talk.
I carefully creep into my classroom, take my crisp homework from the oak desk and gently place it on the table, creeping slowly backward to my desk.
Good work there, Oliver Puss. It says, the computer's monitor flashed commands and Margie slid her homework on a desk onto the gleaming slot. The sentences below are vague and overly general. Rewrite each sentence to use precise language about computers. Use some words from the box to help you be more precise. If necessary, look up these words in a dictionary or, in the modern day, a computer. Browser, things you look on a computer with. Microchip, tiny thing, makes your computer work. Data means any kind of information. For example, we collect data with our science. Memory, either memory in your head or memory on a computer. Hard drive, thing that makes your computer work. Internet, the thing that you can go online and look at things for. Memory appears to be twice, either what you can know in your head or what your computer knows. Monitor, the screen part of your computer. Software, the programs you use like apps these days. CPU, central processing unit, again part of the computer that makes it work. Keyboard, part of the computer you type with. Browse is to look at things on the computer. A computer stores information and lets its users find more information. Okay, here, information, bit vague, what do we mean? Perhaps stores information, it stores information in it, and lets users find more, find's a bit vague. Is it like Oliver Puss finding something under the desk? Or we should try to find better words for stores information and, for example, users and find. These are all words we can add more details to or change them with more vivid synonyms. Anyway, it's goodbye from me now and goodbye from Octopus or Oliver Puss. And so we will see you for our next video where I shall continue to mistake you for kindergarteners.